crappy asshole. On the 14th floor where the bathroom door don't lock. So happy we don't gotta worry about the cops. We could all get arrested for this, but when the body smits, I don't give a shit tonight. Alright. Now she walks in the bedroom fast, despite all the noise from the crowd. Now she's bedless on the bathroom sink. Her mother would be so proud. Gets on the deed and there's a line to go pee, but the bathroom looks like a war zone.
Welcome in to episode 88 of Phired Up. Check us out at firedupsports.com. Check out all the good podcasts we have going on the Phired Up Podcast Network. I'm Mike Giletto. Joining me as always, it's just a two-man crew again. Dom Console. Dom, what's going on, man?
What's going on, brother? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I did want to get into that a little bit. But obviously Chris isn't here. He's battling something again. He's been sick for like the last 3 months straight. It's crazy.
Dude, he's got stuff that like I've never heard of. Like every week it's like he gets like he might be the guinea pig. Like they might test on him.
Yeah, it's listen, I hope he's doing well. He's
me too.
His wife, they're obviously expecting, so hopefully nobody gets sick and everybody stays healthy in that house, obviously. But to the New Year's thing, so I just kind of wanted to bring this up. You're a Mummers guy now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
For some reason,
I didn't think you were. I didn't think you were into that life.
It's the first year.
Okay.
Yeah. It's something I've wanted to do for a while. And it's just like this is the first year I've had the opportunity to do it. So,
okay,
I did it.
But was it?
Well, I've had opportunities. It's just
Sure.
it's just the first year that I've finally like signed my soul.
Better than you expected? Worse than you expected? Would you do it again?
Better. Well. It's exactly what I expected, but it was a ton of fun, and it's the first of many years. Yeah, I'm in for life.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not really a Mummers guy. It's on record. But listen, people have fun with it. I get it.
I was totally against it for years and years and years. Especially like living on I was right off of Second Street for a while. Now I'm on Second Street. And it's just every year you kind of hear the party and it gets bigger and bigger every year.
Yeah.
And so it's just and that's kind of what drove me to it. It was like, okay, like I get the itch more and more every year. It's like January 1st. I'm like, oh, next year is the year, and then January 1st comes and I don't do it. It's like, oh, well, next year is the year, and then COVID hit, and then I that was actually going to be the first year I did it, and then last year was a little weird. People that I was doing it with didn't do or wanted to do it with didn't do it that year. So, so this year was just like the first year I kind of. It was an experience. Something I can't wait for next year.
Okay, nice. Yeah, apparently those things next week that thing starts up. Like it's being in the Mummers is like year round. Like people just, it's crazy.
We were walking. All right, so I don't know if you're familiar with how it works. We can get into it if you want to. We don't have to. Long story short, you strut up Second Street. That's like the second part of the day, and as we're going up, like the one guy is like, all right, he's like, all right, next he's told the captain, who is the first female captain ever. They're basically like, oh yeah, so next week, we'll start talking about next year. We'll start coming up with ideas for next year. We came in second, so I think my cat's in here.
As the great Ricky Bobby once said, if you ain't first, you're last.
Yeah.
Yep. That's awesome that you guys had.
No, it's
had
great.
A good time,
in Mummers terms, it's great to be in second. So.
Oh, absolutely.
I thought we should have gotten first, but I rewatched today who won first place, and I was like, oh, they actually really did a great job. So
nice.
I can't complain. Our theme was actually pretty cool. I'm actually wearing the hoodie right now.
Are you?
We did Monsters Inc.
Okay, I did see the Monsters Inc. theme. I did. Sully killed it. I was watching it a little bit.
we were walking at my favorite part of the day yesterday. We were walking down Broad Street, for the parade. Dude, the Sully and the inflatable just like rips out a cigarette and just starts smoking.
Really? That's lovely.
Yeah,
That's honestly, that's on brand.
yeah, it's perfect. Yeah,
That's on brand. Obviously, we're going to get into the Eagles game, and with you obviously doing the whole Mummers parade, really didn't see the entire game. I think you saw
Yes.
about the second half, essentially.
most of the second half. Yeah,
But before we get into like the actual game, it's been a running joke on the show that like I said something, and we've kind of debated about how one Gardner Minshew was a better quarterback than Daniel Jones. Dom, I'm going to say it now. I owe you an apology.
yeah.
He stinks. He stinks, and I'll take Daniel Jones. You know what? Gardner Minshew played just an awful, awful, awful game of football on Sunday. It was brutal.
Yeah.
I never want to be in that position again where we need to win a game when Gardner Minshew's on the field. Don't want to do it.
Yeah, and I think I told you guys in the chat yesterday. Somebody said to me not too long ago. It might have been on New Year's Day, actually, in the morning before the game started. About how Minshew could be a starting quarterback, and he's had a shot. Like, I understand it was with the Jags, but like, he's a decent backup quarterback. Don't get me wrong, but it's the fact is that like he turns the ball over way too much.
Yep.
He's not accurate. Like it's
Nope.
it's a long list of things. I mean, and I told that person like, if he needs to go out and win a game, and obviously he's had a chance to do that 2 weeks in a row, and he hasn't done it. Yeah, I mean, you could probably rely on him, but he played like shit.
And to be fair, I do think he played well enough to win the Cowboys game.
Yeah, of course.
I do believe that. I thought he made a few mistakes, obviously, but
3 turnovers.
They put up points though, and I think he played well enough to win that game. Yeah, if one of those turnovers doesn't happen, maybe it's a different outcome. But he played much better in that Dallas game than he did against the Saints.
For sure. And I think we talked about it last week. I know I've mentioned it to people. I can't remember if I said it on the show or not. The reason they lost the Dallas game, in my opinion, wasn't because of the 3 turnovers. It was because of the defense, in my opinion. But this week, from what I saw, and obviously, like I said, I watched most of the second half. He did not play well. So
right, well,
especially at home.
Right, and you mentioned the defense, and you kind of saw the good part of the defense in that game because I understand they only gave up 13 points as a whole, the defense, but the first half was extremely ugly. You know, Andy Dalton looked like Joe Montana for the first quarter and a half. Like he was just tearing apart the defense, and that was a gigantic concern. I don't understand why it has to be until halftime for this team to make adjustments. Like, why can't that happen on the fly? Because in the first half, the defense. And part of it is the offense's fault because I think they had 4 or 5 3-and-outs on the very first 4 drives. So yeah, the defense is going to be out on the field a lot more when that happens. But they were just long drives. Like out of the first half, the Eagles might have had the ball for 2 minutes of the 30.
Right.
It was just the Saints had the ball for the entire half because they just the defense could not get off the field. Yeah, it was a brutal first half. But the second half, they played much better in the second half. And that's when you would have liked the offense to turn it around also in the second half and put up a little bit of points. And it just didn't happen.
And I was confident that they were going to win that game too. Like even what were they? They were down 13-10, right? So
13-10 and then
before the pick six.
Right, before the pick six. And obviously, I mean, they should have, if we're being real, I hate blaming officiating for wins and losses. They should have gone up if that holding call doesn't get called because it's not a hold. It's not a hold on Dickerson. I think it was a Gainwell that broke a nice run for the touchdown. Should have taken the lead. I think it was 13-10 at that point. Should have given them the lead, and then who knows what happens after that. But it's a phantom call because it's not a penalty. Like he's inside, the guy just falls. Like the guy tried to go for tackle, and it was a pancake. They literally just both went down. It's not. That's a no call 10 out of 10 times. But there's no accountability in officiating. They can just call whatever the fuck they want. Nothing happens, and it's just I hate blaming officials, but it's just a reality of this game because that call probably did fuck up the entire game for the Eagles.
Yeah, I think I don't think one call changes the game. Well, not changes the game, but I don't think we could blame it on one. Like the Washington game, to me, I said it on the show, and I don't think they lost that Washington game earlier this year because of officiating, but that was probably one of the worst officiating games I've ever seen in my life.
Was that the Goddard face mask no call? Was that the Washington
yes.
game?
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
yeah.
So I don't think it was that bad, but listen, and I agree with you. I think it's a lazy way to say that, like a lazy excuse of why your team lost to say that stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. And again, I didn't watch most of the game, so I can't sit here and say that, I guess. But it was a really shitty no call, or it was a really shitty call.
Yeah, totally.
The Dickerson.
Totally.
In a crucial. Was that the end of the third quarter?
It was in the third quarter. I don't remember exactly. I think it was close to the end of the
I
third.
think it was like 4 minutes or 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was. I mean, it's just a brutal call.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's a perfect block, and it sends him,
Right.
rushing to the end zone, and he gets a touchdown,
And
then instead of it being, I think 3rd and 5 or whatever it was, I think it ended up being 3rd and 15, like something. So it's just a brutal play.
And I could be wrong, but I think it was either the drive before that or the one before that was the AJ Brown touchdown, right? So
yeah.
you had a 78-yard touchdown.
Yeah, that happened early in the third quarter, I believe.
Right.
Yeah.
So AJ Brown, you hit a 78-yard touchdown to AJ Brown. You get momentum. Then the Kenneth Gainwell play happens, and
What's up, Don?
you're just thinking to yourself, oh, Don, Happy New Year's. Thank you. Looking good. In my mama's parade, I know. Gotta do what I gotta do. Look, I'm wearing the hoodie.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
But yeah, and then all momentum is gone, after the Gainwell, they take that touchdown back. So
Right. I lost my train of thought. Where are we going with that? So I did want to talk about the defense. We obviously talked about defense a little bit, and I want to get to the AJ Brown stuff later with the pick six and all that. But the defense, the one good thing is obviously in the second half they got pressure. And I want to talk about Hassan Reddick because I don't think he's getting enough love. In my mind, he should be a defensive player of the year candidate. I think it's not 3 people at this point. I think it's Parsons. I think it's Nick Bosa, and I think it's Hassan Reddick. Am I crazy to think he should be a contender in defensive player of the year?
he's like closing in on like 20 sacks, isn't he? He's like 16 or 17, right?
He has 16 right now. I just had a stat. So he has 48 total tackles, 16 sacks, 5 forced fumbles. Parsons has, what does he have? Where's he at? 63 total tackles, so a significant amount more, but only 13 sacks and 3 forced fumbles. And then Bosa has 48 total tackles, which is the same as Reddick, and has 17 and a half sacks, 2 forced fumbles.
Yeah.
So he's right up there with those guys. I haven't heard
course.
his name in the Defensive Player of the Year, but he's playing out of his mind, and I think he at least deserves to be in the conversation.
Right. No, I agree with that. And again, I said it. I don't know if I said it last week or the week before, whatever it was. I was totally wrong about him.
Yep.
He is the first player ever in NFL history to have double-digit sacks 3 straight years for 3 different teams.
Really?
Yep.
It's interesting.
So, and listen, I thought he could. I think I said in the group chat too a couple weeks ago that like I think I thought maybe he could get around 8 to 10 sacks a year. I thought 12 and a half. What was that, a year or two ago? Was something that was like just great for him, and he would never really get back to that point. But man, he's it's looking like he'll demolish that. Well, not demolish it, but 12 to 16 sacks. That's a big difference.
Absolutely, and you never know what he could get against the Giants. You know what I mean?
Right.
He could add to that. He
Well,
could
and I
finish
think-
with 17 or 18.
I think. Well, how many sacks did they have yesterday?
They have. I don't have that information in front of me. Probably 4 or 5.
So going into the
That's
game,
my
I think
guess.
they were 12 away from breaking the record, the single season record.
Okay.
85 Bears.
I will look it up.
Which you think 2 games left, 12 sacks? That's crazy. But like this team has been getting 6 sacks, 7 sacks, 6 sacks. Like these last 3 or 4 weeks. Like,
Oh, totally. Let me see if I can see this. Go to.
here I
Sorry,
could probably pull it up.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pulling it up now. I don't have, for some reason I don't have.
Yeah, I got you. It's right here.
All right. Yeah.
The defending They had all right. So Hargrave had 1, Reddick had 2, Cox had 1, Graham had 2, Milton Williams had 1.
Read that again.
So that's 7, right?
It's 7. Okay.
Well, I don't know if that counts as a half though. Like that might count as, Graham might have a half a sack and Cox might have a half a sack.
Right.
It might just count as one on here. So
it's possible.
Yeah.
But either way, I mean,
Well,
probably like 6-ish, give or take.
Yeah. So I believe going into the game is 12 away from breaking the single season record for sacks, which was held by the 85 Bears. So
yeah, I mean they get after the quarterback.
Yep.
That they definitely do. Yeah, I'm still trying to look for it, but
which kind of worries me about like this secondary too. Like, and I understand you have Blankenship and Epps who, let's just be real, they're just guys that hit hard.
Sacks they had 6. I finally figured it out.
Okay, yeah, so it was 6.
Hold on, I lied. That was against the Cowboys. I was against the Cowboys. My bad. Hold on. We're off to a great start. All right, I have it now. Sacks. Oh, it was 6, yeah. And then the Eagles were sacked 7 times.
Okay,
I lied.
Yeah, so,
flip that and reverse it. 7 for the Eagles. I feel like Missy Elliott. Flip it and reverse it. 7 for the Eagles, 6 for the Saints. I had it backwards. So there you go. So 7 sacks. He did a 7. So you're saying they only need 5 more to tie?
I believe it was 12. Yeah. Before going the Saints game, but yeah, that kind of worries me about the secondary. I mean, like I said, Blankenship and Epps, they are what they are. They make good play, and they both make a great play here and there. They're just guys that hit hard. But you think like if the defensive ends are getting there, if the defensive line's getting there, the secondary plays better. It's like, but Slay and as much as I love Slay, like it seems like he hasn't been playing great lately, and Bradbury got burned.
Yeah,
for a touchdown.
I have a problem with the whole. Yeah, I have a problem with the whole defensive scheme or structure.
Yeah,
like, I think
your White's been terrible.
Well, the problem is one. We talked about Son Reddick. He's in coverage way too much. That's number 1. Number 2 is specifically the cornerbacks are too far back. Like they're giving these guys too much room. Where the whole entire first half was just the Saints running 4-yard slants every time and picking up 5-6 yards every play because like the guy was just wide open because there was nobody around because the defenders were just too far back. They're afraid to get burned. And later in the game when they did the deep ball was thrown for the touchdown, maybe they were trying to defend the short pass and it backfired. But it's just the structure as a whole, I'm not a fan of. And Gannon's kind of been on the hot seat now for the last couple of years. Like we can't wait for him to get gone, and hopefully this team's good enough where maybe they maybe he'll get a head coaching job next year. That's all of our dreams because his scheme I'm not a fan of. And his
yeah. And I'm gonna flip to the offensive side real quick. I think Steichen really coached to get a job this week, like
to get a head coaching job. You think?
Yeah, because they came out with Minshew, and obviously, like I said, I didn't see the first half, but from what I've I looked at how they started the game, and I think they started with 3 passing plays.
Yep,
and it's just like it seemed like he was just throwing Gardner Minshew out there to like prove that look, I can even make Gardner Minshew look good, and like I don't know.
I don't know that he's necessarily. I mean, maybe that's entirely possible, but he. So they had 15 rushing attempts from running backs, and Gardner Minshew dropped back 38 times. So what you're saying is, I mean, it's accurate. Obviously, they just threw the ball an awful lot with a backup quarterback. When you have Miles Sanders, like you have a good run game. But yeah, I agree that the offensive game plan wasn't there. I don't know if he's coaching for a job though. I mean, maybe he might be. I just think that that's just their game plan with Hurts, and I just don't think they want to change it.
But that's the thing is it's not though. Like it wasn't. And I understand Hurts runs the ball a lot by himself.
Exactly.
No, I understand that. But
they're replacing the running plays that Hurts takes and we're throwing the ball instead of replacing those plays with more runs with the running backs.
I'm curious to see what Sanders' numbers are with Hurts in. How many carries he gets?
It'd probably be similar.
No. I'm saying before he got hurt. I'm curious to see from week 1 till week whatever it was, week
All right.
15.
What week did he get hurt? Hold on, Miles. I'll look up to Miles Sanders carries.
Look up, how many carries he's had from week 1 to like week 15, the Chicago game, or whatever week it was.
Yep. Let me see. So week 1 would have been. Hold on. What the fuck? I have major issues with fucking ESPN's goddamn site. All right, hold on. Here we go. So the first game would have
Use
been
Football Reference.
I should. So the first game would have been the Lions game, right? That was week 1.
Yes.
So 13, 17, 15, 27, 15, 18, 9, 17, 12, 13, 21, 10, 17, 11, 21, 12.
Okay.
So I mean,
it's
they have been
roughly
in the high
around
teens.
there. Yeah.
It's a little less, not much, a little less.
Right. No, I was just curious. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think, but that's bad coaching then. Like because, or bad play calling, whatever it is. Because you have to make that adjustment. You know what I mean? Like you have to make that adjustment.
He was averaging 5 yards a carry. So sorry to cut you off, but he was running the ball well.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like Hurts isn't in. You shouldn't replace throwing the ball more. Like you shouldn't say, all right, we're losing Hurts's carry ability. We should throw the ball more. You should say, all right, well, let's give the ball to Sanders more.
Right. No, I agree 100%. I think the game plan was just bad, especially because like we talked about it last week with the Cowboys in there. Was it last week with the Cowboys where they didn't run that much as well? No, they ran 21 times. I think it was the week before that against the Bears, where he only got 11 carries.
He had two touches in the first half.
Yeah. He had 11 carries against the Bears, and you're coming in saying, well, the Bears are the 27th ranked rush defense. You got to pound the ball. Same thing with the Saints. The Saints have a good pass defense. The rush defense
second best in the league.
Yeah, the rush defense is like 25th or 26th in the league. Like you have to exploit other teams' weaknesses, and I feel like this team, for the most part, on offense, doesn't do that. They just
that's
do
why I'm
do.
saying I feel like he's coaching for a job. Like look at me, I could throw Gardner Minshew out there, and because Steichen calls the plays, I could throw Gardner Minshew out there, even against a good defense, a good pass defense, and I don't know.
Yeah, I guess it takes us to the interception then with the pick 6 that we're talking about here. So, in no way, shape, or form am I defending Gardner Minshew. It was an awful decision, terrible throw. That was an extremely lazy route by A.J. Brown. He gave up on the play. If he goes 100% and tries to cut the ball off, it still might be a pick 6. I don't know. But I'm seeing zero blame for A.J. Brown on that play when he flat out took the play off, I think.
And we talked about it in the group chat during the game. I agree with you that it was a bad throw, bad route. I think it was a bad throw, bad route, bad call. It was just from the beginning. It was not a good play call, not a good
100%.
route, not a good throw. But also, too, like, I mean, are we going to talk about what AJ said too?
Sure, get into it.
So, and I'm not defending AJ. I'm not, but the dude has like over 1,300 yards. He's
and what you're referencing is him throwing Gardner Minshew under the the bus essentially. And
I've been seeing it on Twitter from a lot of people, and it's kind of starting to make a little bit of sense. Is Gardner Minshew like not a good teammate? Like, I have a feeling like there are guys that don't really that he rubs the wrong way, kind of. And again, it's just random people on Twitter who kind of throw this idea out there. I don't know. I'm not in the locker room, so I have no idea. But from what it seems like, from what people are pointing out, it kind of feels like do the rest of the players just like kind of not that they don't like Gardner Minshew.
Okay, hold on. But, can I stop you for a second? Apparently, there's some sort of crazy. I don't know what the player, but there's some crazy thing happened in the game tonight. Did you see any of this? Apparently, they're suspending the game. Damar Hamlin apparently has a pulse, but he's not breathing on his own. He had a broken neck, seizure, heart attack, stroke.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know if it was from a hit. He needed AED. I'm not into medicine. I don't know what that means. And CPR on the field. He has a pulse, but is not breathing on his own. Being transported to UC. Yeah, broken neck, seizure, heart attack, stroke, according to what I'm reading right now. In the middle of the
Holy
game,
shit.
they suspended the game. Sorry, I don't even know what we're talking about, but
No.
that's insane. Hopefully, he's doing well. That's nuts. I don't know if it was a hurt, or I'm sorry, if it was a hit, or I mean a broken neck. So I'm assuming it was a hit.
Well, it says collapsed. I don't know if that means
I'm
like
not
can you
sure.
collapse when you get hit? I don't know if that's the
I'm
right
not
term.
sure. I'm almost afraid to go on Twitter because I don't want to see a video of that happening. So
Oh, I do.
Okay,
What's his
all
name?
right. Who was it? Hamlin, Damar Hamlin. I mean, listen, that is crazy.
All right, let's see. Let's see if I can find one. Went to pit. I know that. Oh, I see it.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm looking at it now.
It was a run play,
Tackle.
right?
Yeah, I'm watching. He's not. It looks innocent.
Doesn't even look that bad. Yeah.
No, he gets up. He gets up and then just falls backwards.
You know what? Maybe he I don't know. Maybe his body just didn't react to it because of the adrenaline. I don't know. He gets right up. He acts as if he's about to run off the field and then collapses.
Unless the broken neck thing was a bad source, because it doesn't seem like he broke his neck on that play. I mean, it's
Right.
entirely possible, but he just collapsed.
That's crazy.
Yeah, sorry to derail the show with that.
No.
But that's wild. That literally just happened. Yeah, it's nuts. So I'll try to monitor that as the show goes on. Hopefully he's doing all right. But the fact that he's like not breathing on his own is fucking scary, and it happens on a football field.
Of course.
That's nuts. So, sorry to derail the show. So what?
Yeah.
What
no.
were we talking about? Sorry, I was totally sidetracked from.
I don't remember now.
Okay.
Oh, Gardner Minshew, AJ Brown.
Yeah, about him
The
throwing
stuff
him under
I'm
the
seeing
bus.
about
Yeah.
him possibly not being a good teammate. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not a good teammate, but just rubbed the wrong way. You know. I don't know.
and
I'm like
I
kind of
mean,
distracted now.
I'm totally distracted. And what and I don't know that it's necessarily him going out of his way because he doesn't like Gardner Minshew or whatever. Like
No.
I think it's obvious him and Hurts are boys, and he'd much rather Jalen Hurts be the quarterback right now. Like,
Of course, and I
they
think a
have
lot
a
of guys
gigantic
would,
relationship.
even though they're not boys. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I think a lot of other guys on that field would prefer Jalen Hurts because he's the starting quarterback and got them to 13-1. But no, I just think like the whole like walking in the locker room, like that's the thing. Like let's say roles were reversed, right? Last year, Gardner Minshew is the starter and Jalen Hurts is on the bench, and Jalen Hurts goes to the coach and says, "I want to start." This whole city's like, what a cocky guy Jalen Hurts is, and this, that, and the other. But the roles are reversed, and because everybody loves Gardner Minshew. He's like this funny guy who is charismatic and does this and the other. Like,
yeah, sure.
he goes to the coach last year and says, "I want to start." People are like, "Oh, I love that." Like, you should want to do that, and blah 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 blah. I just think if the roles are reversed, it's a lot different. I don't know.
You think it's a lot different in what way? Sorry, I'm totally
no.
distracted.
Yeah, I got you. Because last year of how Jalen Hurts played, he obviously didn't play anything like he is right now.
Absolutely.
If the roles were reversed and Jalen Hurts is on the bench, I just think it goes a different way. That's all.
Okay.
Are we
fair.
delayed?
No. I was processing what you're saying.
I think we are.
Yeah, no, I mean, are we delayed?
Yeah.
Ah, shit. All right. Are we good now?
I'm gonna
This is a shit
refresh.
show. Refresh.
Are we good? Are we good?
Who knows?
We're good.
Are we good?
Yeah, no, we're good. So in my little corner, the Wi-Fi thing came up all the way down. There was like one thing, and now it's
That's
gone.
not
So
good.
it has to be working.
All right.
So,
It's
yeah, we're
fair
good.
enough. We're good.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Are we delayed
We're-
again? Dom, refresh the computer, and we'll start over. I feel like I have to play the intro music again. We'll just start the entire show over. Dom, refresh. Dom's not listening. Is he listening? He's sitting back. He's relaxing. His screen's a little fuzzy. Dom, can
I'm
you hear
trying.
me? Hit the refresh button. All right, he went away. He refreshed. While I'm sitting here talking about myself, go check out all the podcasts on the Fired Up Network. I made a mistake last week by saying Drunk on Broad's first episode was last week. It is this upcoming Wednesday. This upcoming Wednesday, their first show on the network, episode 100. Should be a fun time. Some of the old guys, some of the OG Drunk on Broad members will be there, making an appearance. I'm excited to watch that. All right, I thought that was enough of a promo to get Dom in here, but apparently it is not. Apparently it is not. I'm trying to see if there's any sort of. All right, here's Dom. Let's go see if there's any sort of update on this this Bengals game, but there's not.
I'm back. Are we
You're
good?
back. We're back.
good.
We're good. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
We're good.
All right. So, is there anything else with this Eagles game you want to talk about?
Sorry. I'm like getting a million texts right now about this Bills player.
Yeah,
so
Hamlin,
I'm like totally distracted. No, I just think they should come out next week and.
Dom, this cannot be happening right now. Dom. Hello. Dom, are you there? Ah, Jesus Christ. Shit just went right downhill. I'm going to have to do the rest of the show by myself. Dom. All right, you know what? While Dom's trying to figure out his Wi-Fi, I might as well give you my against the spread picks until Dom comes back. Dom, refresh again, I guess. Restart the computer. Do what you got to do. I'll do my against the spread picks. So obviously, okay, Dom's coming in. What the fuck is going on? Dom, are you there? Why are you on twice?
I don't know. That's a you problem. I got a lot of internet problems. Me being on there twice is definitely a you problem.
No, you're literally backstage twice. Are you in like a different browser?
I don't know.
Do you have a different
I'm certainly not.
I literally see you twice backstage. That's funny as fuck. So I was about to go give my against the spread picks because you were gone and I didn't know how long you were going to be gone for. So I'll do the against the spread now.
Yeah.
And if you want, we could circle around to more Eagles talk. It's up to you. All
I was going to say was just let's fucking win next week, and that was it. So let's get into against the spread then.
Okay. So I have Chris's picks. I'll read his first. Panthers and Saints. He has the Saints minus 3.5. He has the Rams and the Seahawks. The Seahawks minus 6. He has the Chargers and the Broncos. Chargers minus 3. The Lions and Packers over 49.5. And he has the Steelers Browns under 38.5. Those are his picks. You give me your picks if you want.
All right, I got the Rams Seahawks. Seattle needs the win. Seattle minus 6.5. Even though Baker's winning right now,
sorry,
I think the Seahawks need to win.
So Seattle
Seahawks minus 6.5. Yeah.
All right. So Chris also had that. All right.
At the Lions Packers. Packers again. They have to win. I told you. I think it was last week or the week before.
Yeah, it was last week. Yep.
Aaron Rodgers is going to find a way in. Minus 4.5. That's the Sunday night game. I think they flexed it.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I got the Panthers Saints. I got the opposite. I got the Panthers plus, what was it, 3.5?
3.5, yes.
Yeah. Okay. And then my over-unders.
Hold on. Hold on.
Yep.
Hold on, give me a second. My hands can only work so fast, though. All right, give me the over-unders.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
All right, Cowboys Commies.
All right.
Over 41.5.
All right.
I think that's going to be a high-scoring game that the Cowboys lose. And then I got the Texans Colts under 38.5. Could you imagine taking under 38.5 in an NFL game? Like, just the way that the games are played right now, like, I must be on crack. I don't know.
Well, I'll get my first over-under out of the way and just tell you, I also have the Texans and Colts under 38.5.
It's crazy.
So then I guess I'll give the other over-under. I have the Panthers and Saints under 41.5. Both those offenses still stink. I have the Titans and the Jaguars. I do think the Jaguars are going to win, but I think it's going to be a close game, so give me Titans plus 6.5. I think the Jaguars win, but I think it'll be less than 6.5 points.
That should be the Sunday night game.
I agree. And now it's Titans Jaguars, so you don't have as much of
Yeah.
you don't have a big
Right.
enough draw. Like Aaron Rodgers brings eyes.
Right.
essentially.
Right.
So-
Even Detroit's played so much better this year. I honestly,
For sure.
probably would rather watch the Packers and Lions, but I think that's for the division, right?
It is, yes.
The Titans and Jags.
It is for the division. That's why I think it'll be a closer game than 6.5 that
Right.
the Jaguars are currently favored by. And then I
Go
have
ahead.
I'm going to go to the Giants Eagles game. The line right now is plus 14 in favor of the Giants. Dable, how do you pronounce his name? Dabble.
Dable, yeah.
Dable. I think he already said that he's like not sitting anybody. I don't know if I believe that or not, but I'll take him at his word at this point. So give me plus 14. I think it'll be a closer game than that. And then I have the Lions Packers. I also have the Packers minus 4.5. So there you go. There are my 5. So let me give you. I'll give yearly totals while we're at it. You are currently.
I had a rough week.
You're 0-4 this week. And obviously tonight's game, I don't know if it's gonna even get played tonight. So yeah, I don't know. So I went 2-3. Chris went 3-2. I am 34-51 on the year. It's not great. You're not far behind. You're not far ahead of me though. 36-48, and then Chris is in first, 41-44.
I was like at one point. I think I was like 6 games over 500.
Oh, you were doing great at one point.
Yeah,
you were doing great at one point, and then this was since week 11. This has been your totals: 1-4, 3-2, 0-5, 0-5, 1-4, 3-2, 0-4. A lot of offers in there.
Yeah.
So, not very good. Monday Night Football game suspended. Is that like? So are they just not playing it tonight? I assume. Just to take. I don't know. Like, what do you do in that scenario?
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I'm
like
reading comments. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be suspended. Like if they're gonna pick it up in an hour, 2 hours, or
Right,
tomorrow, or like who knows? It's crazy.
I don't know. It's not like a rain delay in baseball. Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
There's no formula or
there's no blueprint to this.
Right to when somebody collapses like that.
It's nuts. Yes, Phil. Thank you. We did hear the news that this thing happened in Monday Night Football. I mean, it's just crazy to see. I mean, obviously it's happened before where players collapse, and I think there's been an incident of like somebody dying on the field, right? Back in I forget when that was. But it does
maybe.
happen. I remember seeing not too long, maybe going back 3, 4, 5 years now, maybe even I forget when it was. But Michael Neuwirth of the Flyers collapsed in that one game. Do you remember that?
Who was it?
Michael Neuwirth, the goalie.
I don't remember that.
So he was in his crease. He ended up being fine, but he was in his crease, and it was like in between. It was in between like face-offs. They were about to drop face-off down at somewhere in like the neutral zone, and all you see.
Oh yeah.
All you see is him just fall backwards and just fucking collapse, and nobody knew what the fuck was going on. They rushed him. Yeah, so I mean,
I remember that
happens in sport. It's great. Sports. It's
Yo, apparently his mother's there tonight too.
Yeah, I did see that. She's really. I think she went with him in the ambulance. I believe.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
That's so scary.
Yeah. How old is he? I mean,
24.
24. Okay. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's fucking crazy. All for sport, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Our show got derailed from this news. Like I don't even know how to get. Did we have anything else to talk about at all tonight? I don't even think we did. We just had.
What is it? I'm sorry. I'm like trying to catch up on this.
No,
one more
I
time.
Said, do we have anything else to talk about at all this week? Like, what are you going to talk about? Because the only thing we had to talk about this week was a game that you only watched a quarter of a half of.
Right.
So it kind of sets us up for failure there.
Man.
I do remember, and we could kind of completely do a 180 here. Somehow in the group chat, Jim Tomey's name got brought up.
Yeah. I want to do that lineup too. Yeah.
Yeah, I forget why. But essentially, when we were in the group chat, I said, it's weird looking back on it. I think of Jim Tomey as like a legend Philly. He was only here for like 3 years. Like it seemed like he was here for so much longer. I don't know why. But like I mean, he's
like
a Cleveland. He's a Cleveland Indian through and through. Yeah, he was here for 2 or I think he was here for 3 years from 03 to 06, and then he spent I think his last year he came back. His very last year in the majors. I forget what year.
2012 maybe or
it was. Yeah, 2012. He played for the Phillies and the Orioles. I don't remember in what order, but yeah, he played for both those teams in 2012. So you said you wanted me to give. So no, I said I'm curious. Like I said the year that he came in, his first year, Jim Tomei. I said the roster was actually pretty good in 03.
Yeah.
And you said you wanted to do the roster. So give it to me. Let's see if
Yeah.
you can do this. I think you can.
So the whole idea of bringing Tomei in is I don't think they knew Howard what. Not that I didn't know who he was yet, but I don't think they knew because he was like a 4th round pick or 6th round pick, whatever he was. Ryan Howard,
something like yeah.
I don't think they were expecting him to be what he was. But you had other talent like that you were relying on, like Marlon Byrd, who never panned out but was incredible in like he hit like close to 400 in the minors, like Marlon Byrd.
And not only that they didn't know what Howard was going to be, but like when they signed Tomei, he was like 32 years old. That's old enough to be like a nice little stopgap until you do get a polished Ryan Howard to be.
Well, yeah, but I don't think they're signing Jim Tomei to be a stopgap. Like Jim Tomei's a Hall of Fame top 10 home run hitting, home run hitter. But yeah, no, I'll give this a shot. And like I said in the text, like Utley was coming up, or Utley was already up, I think.
He was not.
Really? I thought he came up in like 02. Okay. But you had Utley coming up. He was a 1st round pick.
He played 43 games this year. They might have called him up anyway. He's not on their starting lineup that I have.
Okay.
I think the lineup I have goes by games played. The actual second baseman played 122 games. So Utley was up at the time. He wasn't their starter yet.
But they knew he was going to be the second baseman. He was a 1st round pick who was panning out. Rollins was going into his prime. So yeah, I think that the intent was to sign Tomei to try to eventually start winning. But they just got something better in Ryan Howard, a younger guy, cheaper guy who, was doing what Tomei was doing, hitting home runs and RBIs and all that. All right, so catcher Mike Lieberthal.
Yes.
First base Tomei.
Yep. That's
second
your
base
free space.
Yeah. Second base Polanco.
Correct.
Shortstop Rollins. It's another freebie.
Yep.
Third base David Bell.
Correct.
Okay, this is where it's gonna get hard. I know.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Was Marlon Byrd up yet?
He was.
Did he play? Did he start in left field or center field or right field?
Center field.
Okay, so because I remember he was projected to be a center fielder, but didn't always play center field.
Yeah, he's listed here as a center fielder.
Okay. Marlon Anderson, I know, is probably here too. No,
he's not in the starting lineup. No.
Okay.
I'm trying to see. I don't see him even on the bench.
I think he was an outfielder.
I don't see him on the bench.
Burrow was in left.
Correct.
Oh, Abreu, right?
Yep. Bobby Abreu in right. Yep. Yeah. There you go. So,
and then
it's a pretty damn good lineup.
I don't think I can get 5 pitchers though.
Their downfall was pitching. They had a couple nice players.
Randy Wolf.
One name is out of this fucking world. But Randy Wolf, correct.
Vicente Padilla.
Correct.
Oh man, I don't know if I can get another guy.
You know.
John Lieber?
No. You definitely know 2 of them.
Kyle Kendrick wasn't up yet.
One. Do you want me to give you a hint?
Sure.
One turned into a country music singer.
Brett Myers.
Yep. And then the other one played for Atlanta, Texas, Colorado, Cleveland, Seattle, Baltimore. But those last 4 were all.
Oh wow, he's been around.
Yeah. But played in Atlanta.
This is the guy that I would know.
You definitely know him.
What years?
What years did he play here?
Did he play? No, well, both in his career.
He played from 97 to 2012.
Okay.
He also, this one might give it away. As a Philly, I forgot this even happened. As a Philly, he threw a no-hitter.
Oh, Millwood. Yeah.
Kevin Millwood. Yep.
Yeah.
Correct.
And then the fifth guy.
Fifth one's an interesting name.
Do you think I would know him?
I recognize the name, but I never wouldn't have thought of this dude ever. He's played from 01 to 08, played for the Royals, the Phillies, the Astros.
I have no idea.
Quack, 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 Mr. Ducksworth.
Yeah, I'll
Bra-
remember that.
Brandon Duckworth.
Wait, I'm losing you.
You're using? Ah, Jesus. Yeah, just ready to get CPR on the field. Yes, that did happen. Hey Shay, Happy New Year. Thank you for checking in.
All right,
Dom's
are we
having
good?
technical issues again. Dom, are you okay? Hello. Up and he's gone. We should just quit while we're ahead. Now we're live and I'm just gonna talk by myself. If anybody has any questions, drop it in the comments. Anybody at all. Save me here. Here comes Dom. Dom, up. Are you there?
Yes. Hello.
All right. Yeah, we're good.
So weird. I'm fine on my screen. You go black. Like your whole screen
Really?
goes-
I don't
Yeah.
know. I everything's been fine on my screen except for you just dropping out.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brandon Duckworth was the final one.
Yeah, I would have never gotten that. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I even get like bench players.
So while you were gone, I told people to drop comments, a question in the comments, and this is thoughts on Cristiano Ronaldo
You know what?
moving to the Saudi league. Is this true?
It is true. You know what though? As much as like I don't watch soccer, I don't anything like that. But I do have an opinion because I do watch golf, and all these golfers that are going to Saudi Arabia to make more money.
That's where the
Fuck
money
them.
is. They have
Fuck them.
well, I mean,
Listen,
not one chance to make that
they're
much money.
making-
Like I get it.
listen,
I like
they're
Cristiano
making-
Ronaldo doesn't need that, so I understand the point there. I
Right.
understand the elite level golfers, but if you're like a mid range golfer in the PGA, not making a ton of money, and Saudi's offering you,
I'm going to tell you right now, they're
half
making 90
$1
million
billion.
here. No, they're making 90 million here to go there to play for 120 or 130 million. 90 million and 130 million does not change your life. I'm sorry, it really doesn't.
No,
If
Sure.
it's 90 million versus 300, 400 million, all right, fine. Like I get it, but like,
Is
not
that-
not there.
is that why
not
he's
Saudi
going to play in
Arabia.
Saudi because of the money? Is that what it is? Cristiano Ronaldo?
You'd have to ask Shay. I have no idea.
What
I assume
I'm
so.
curious. Obviously, the money in the MLS probably is nowhere near what he could be making in Saudi Arabia. But like, I'm curious if the MLS was on his radar at all to come over. I'm curious.
Nah, probably not.
You don't think so?
No.
The MLS is probably a better league than any league he's in Saudi. Like, I'm not a soccer guy. I don't know this, but this is the most we've ever talked soccer on the show. But I'm
You
just
mean like MLS in America?
yeah,
Like
it's
the
probably better
Union?
than,
No.
it's probably better than fucking Saudi. No, the Saudi
Probably
league.
I
Really?
wouldn't. No. Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
Shay, if
Not
you're
even
still listening, let us know which league is better, the Saudi league or the MLS. Money has got to be a number one option. It's like a 50-1 ratio for the money in Saudi versus MLS. So yeah, I mean that makes sense.
But is the talent and like the league has
That's what
to
I'm
be
curious.
way better
You
in
think
Saudi
so?
Arabia than here? Yeah,
I don't know about that.
the talent has to be way better.
Really?
Yeah, of course. They play all year round.
MLS is a strong league for sure, but doesn't have the same money.
I
There you go.
yeah.
It's a stronger league.
I guess,
I
yeah.
trust Shay. I don't know.
Of course, no, I would too. I just would think that it's way better over there simply because of they get to play all year round.
Yeah, I mean, I
Okay.
guess, but
All right.
I'm sure training and everything
I'm wrong.
probably
Yeah,
probably much better over here also.
Yeah, of course. Oh, yeah, obviously. Yeah.
So
People aren't dying because they blink. Yeah.
right. Exactly. You got anything else to talk about?
You can't when you like fly over Saudi Arabia, you can't drink on a plane.
Really?
Yeah. So bringing up our show Entourage, I was listening to their podcast like a while ago, and they were talking about how they went to Saudi Arabia, the first ever Comic-Con in Saudi Arabia. They got invited. So they went, most of them went, and they were saying that as soon as you go in airspace or flying over Saudi Arabia, you're not allowed to drink. So when you land, obviously, you can't drink or whatever. And they were saying how
Is
Adrian
alcohol
Garnier,
just illegal and banned there? Is that
Mhm.
okay?
Adrian Garnier or whatever his name is, the guy who plays Vince, he actually like had a friend that lived there. So like they went to like this underground like rave that's like totally illegal. And yeah, they like partied. And it's 100% illegal.
Okay, that's interesting. But it's weird
Yeah.
though, like as soon as you fly over it,
Yeah.
like that's
You're not. You have
nuts.
to stop drinking, and then when you're finished flying over it, you could drink again.
I wonder how much of a detour would it be to like I know Saudi Arabia is fucking huge, but how much of a detour would it be to like just go around
Right.
Saudi Arabia? Like I'm curious if that's
Yeah.
ever come up. But that's nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my interesting fact for the week.
I like it. I like it. This, I mean, anything else? Flyers play tonight at 10:00. I'm not staying up for it.
No.
But they're having a pretty nice road trip over there on the West Coast.
Yeah, what are they in California? Right?
Yeah, they played the Kings. They're playing the Ducks tonight. They played
the Sharks already, right?
Yeah, they played the Sharks. Yep. Well, did they play anybody else out there? I don't think.
I think it was a 3-game California game.
Yeah, I think so.
Trip.
Yep.
Bedard looks amazing, as always.
He does. I
His
think
highlights have been coming out
Yep,
on Twitter.
Yep, he's nasty. I think he's just gonna be too good to get him though.
Yeah,
Unless they win the lottery, but like, luck doesn't happen with the Flyers.
yeah. I just think between Chicago and like Arizona, Chicago obviously is a big market, and just the fact that like this league is pushing so hard for like Arizona hockey, I just have a feeling like it's gonna be one of those two.
I don't think it's gonna be Chicago. Like if
Okay.
they do want to rig it because of the whole scandal thing with Kyle Beach and that thing, I don't think they're ready to give them like an out yet.
Yeah.
Attention passengers, finish your drinks because we will be over
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia in 5 minutes, and then 30 minutes later you'll be free to order drinks
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
Once we are clear.
I'm really like I'm actually like curious like what they do like when you're flying over it just to like pass through. I'm like curious to see what they say.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if they like let people just finish their drinks while over it, but they just can't serve any while they're
I don't know.
above. I don't know.
My guess is like it's probably got to be before like a good like a half hour before they'll say, listen, you have to finish up everything you have. We're not taking any more, drinks until after we fly
Right.
over.
That's crazy though.
Yeah.
That's nuts. Oh man. All right. Well, it's gonna be a short show unless you come up with something you want to talk about. Anything on your mind lately?
No, man. I listen. I'm fighting through it this week.
Yep.
I'm not feeling well, but yeah. It's just a little cold. But
Okay. You're not dealing with what Chris is dealing with then, huh?
no. The fucking crazy shit he catches. No.
Right. Exactly.
But yeah, I wish we had more to talk about. I mean, we're just sitting here, but
Yeah, I'm trying to just find. I mean, obviously our show got derailed from this whole Hamlin news. I'm just trying to find some sort of update
yeah.
here, and it doesn't. There really isn't one. Yeah, so I guess we could wrap up.
Yeah.
But again, well, you were gone for one of the many times you were refreshing your page. So Drunk on Broad, it wasn't last week. It's this week is their 100th episode. I got one. They took the week off. So it's this week,
Okay.
Wednesday, their 100th episode, first on our network. I'm excited. Everybody go check out their episode on all the podcasts on our network. Hopefully we grow even further from that. I expect, I hope for big things in 2023 from, with everybody. So,
Yep.
And check out firedupsports.com. Get some merch. Our merch is nice here. I got the hat on.
There you go.
Everybody check it out. Where's it at? Shit. Wires and shit. Check it out. Hat looks nice. Hat looks super nice. Along with the shirts and everything we got going on over there. So check those out. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. We're everywhere. And yeah. Anything else before we get out of here? No. Is that it?
Well, I have something on my mind. It's not too long, but
Okay, yeah, go for it.
It's going back to the parade.
Okay.
Pete, all right. So like the whole idea is like as a mummer, like you're supposed to like give shit away, like your beads, like you give them to the kids and stuff like that. You these adults have the audacity to come up to me and be like, "Can I get your badge?" Which like every mummer has a badge on their shoulder or on their chest that you have to wear. This guy comes up to me, right? He's like, "Hey, can I get your badge?" And I'm like, "Nah, man, sorry. Like it's my first year." He's like, "Oh, I collect them. Like, you think I could just take it?" And I'm like, "No, You can't. Like, the answer is no. At least 5 people asked me for my badge, and like 10
Really?
people came up and were like, "Can I get your umbrella?" And I'm like,
What?
and most of them are kids, and I'm like, "Sorry, like next year I'll start doing it, like because this is just my first year. I want to keep it." Dude, somebody ripped my badge off of my arm. I don't know where it went.
Really?
Yeah.
Nuh-uh, really?
Yeah, somebody ripped it off and stole it.
Yeah, these fucking
then-
people are nuts.
This old lady came up to me. She's like, and like she was, not a looker. She came up to me. She goes, "What would it take to get that umbrella?" I'm like, "Not a lot. I mean, not a lot, a lot." And she's like, "Well, how do I get one?" And I was like, "You can join a brigade. Like, you join a club. That's how you get one. You pay for one."
I'm
just
sure
like
you
I
can
did.
order one online.
Well,
I'm
they're
sure you can order
handmade.
ones. I'm sure some. Etsy exists. Like, go to Etsy. Somebody will make you one.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
But crazy. So
But
that's all I have.
What'd you have umbrellas for? It was like 50 degrees, sunny. It was beautiful outside.
It's tradition. That's what
I'm
you get.
kidding. I'm just breaking.
Yeah,
balls
no, I
right
know.
now. I'm just
It
breaking
actually
balls.
kept the sun out of my eyes. Not gonna lie.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
It was.
So.
I like honestly for your. I mean, it was your first time, and obviously,
Yeah.
I have fun shitting on the mummers as a whole. But like, that was the absolute most perfect
Best
day for that
weather
parade. Yeah,
ever.
Perfect.
It was perfect. Not too cold. I mean, we stood around for a little bit, and you start to get like a little chilly because you're in Center City. You're in the wind tunnels, and
Sure, yeah. Like the perfect day. Like I'm sure usually
dude,
it's brutal. It's
we
like
were
probably
sweating.
freezing.
Yeah,
you're
we
right.
were like sweating at one point. No, but perfect. Could not ask for anything better.
100%. 100%.
That's all I had. I think it's weird that adults come up to you and like, how can I get that? Like,
Right. It's
you're
like,
an adult.
Like
you probably have a job.
yeah.
Like go get money and sign up.
It's like trading cards or like
Yeah.
like in Disney how you have like the pin swaps or whatever.
Right.
It's like that. It's like, oh, I need that one. I need to add that one to my collection. I collect them.
Yeah.
I need to add that one. Give me that one.
Right.
And then you just get a fucking rip from your fucking arm.
Yeah, and it's like and like that's the thing. It's like there's 6 million mummers. Like, you're gonna come up to me and get like nasty and like upset that I'm not giving you my shit. Like, get away from me.
Right. Yeah. It's like it's mine.
Yeah, I paid for it.
I owe you nothing.
Nothing. No, not a thing, dude. We were so like where you do the parade, like where you do TV. It's on the side of City Hall, and when you walk around City Hall, you go up Broad Street. I had already given all my beads away to kids, like, which I probably should have like spaced it out a bit, but yeah, I don't know. I just think adults are weird. That's all.
No, I agree. Oh shit. I am told that Damar Hamlin has been intubated and is currently listed in critical condition. That was 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's not good.
No. And they haven't canceled the game yet.
Right. Just still suspended.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. It's a shitty way to end. I know we've brought it up multiple times. It's just a fucking bananas thing to happen. Like,
yeah.
On Monday Night Football too, where like all the eyes are on the game. Like, it's just.
It's a big game. It's the Bengals Bills. I mean, it's not
right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Texans Colts.
no, right, exactly. So. Yeah, it's nuts. But all right, we're gonna get out of here. We'll see everybody next week again. Check out all of our socials and all the podcasts on the network, merch, firedupsports.com. We will see everybody next week. See ya.